Am I the asshole for not making my wife choose between me and her affair partner? As soon as I found out, I moved on and filed for divorce. Counseling is not on the table. An open relationship is out. I'm not interested in having anything to do with her again. She tried saying that if I asked her, she would have chose me. Gross. I don't want her. Some of our friends think I should have fought for our marriage. I offer to sleep with them or their wives to see how they feel about the situation then. No one has taken me up on my kind and Christian offer. I'm paying my half of the lease on the apartment. There are 4 months left. In the meantime, I'm going to work and spending my time off at an all-inclusive resort. It's cheaper than getting an apartment for myself. Am I the asshole for not trying to save our marriage?
Was that real?
No. You're not an asshole. The fact that she tried to spin it.
Well, was she spinning it or were the friends like...
Both.
Was she mad? She was like...
Yeah, she was like, you're not even fighting for our relationship.
This guy pulled the cleanest exit strategy you'll ever see. No begging, no bargaining, no work on it. Just straight to divorce papers like a king who knows his value. While most men get stuck in endless therapy sessions and second chances, he skipped the circus and walked out with his dignity intact. That's how you handle betrayal. Quick, decisive, and with zero airtime for excuses. And the comedy? She thought she'd get the usual routine, him on his knees asking to be chosen. Instead, he let the other guy keep the cheap-ass liability and walked away like a refund wasn't even worth processing. Her friends trying to guilt him is the funniest part. They're out here saying he should have fought for the marriage, but none of them are volunteering to have their wives sneak off for extracurriculars. This lady thought she had 2 men fighting for her. Turns out she had 1 affair partner and 1 king who traded her in for an ocean view. That's not an L for him. That's the cleanest W of the season.
Today on my way to work, I was walking my regular route, looking like a rocket. I looked up and I saw a guy, an emotionally unavailable man that I went on a few dates with back in January, running down the street, out for his morning run. This kid wanted to pretend like he didn't see me. Meanwhile, he literally was coming at me. We were about to brush shoulders. The sidewalk isn't that big. So I reach out and say, he looks at me like he's the most startled, scared, tiny human of a man, and just keeps running by. And I thought, he's 50. He's 50 and behaving like that. What hope is there for us? There's none.
She's out here calling a 50-year-old man a kid because he didn't stop mid-jog to acknowledge her. Imagine the entitlement. Dude is old enough for senior discounts, and she's still framing him like some little boy who owes her attention. No, he's not a kid. He's a man who already dated you, made his decision, and decided his morning run was more valuable than a situationship he already escaped. If anything, calling him a kid just shows how she views men. Eternal vending machines of validation no matter their age or interest. And the irony is hilarious. At 50, this guy has probably been through marriages, divorces, bills, life stress, maybe even grandkids. And she still expects him to freeze like a deer in headlights just because she was walking like a rocket. He didn't miss you, he dodged you, and he did it with marathon precision.
What happened to men as a society when it comes to dating? Are there any good guys left? Because let me tell you what I'm dealing with over here. 35 years old, I'm on dating apps, and I wish I weren't. I really wish I weren't, because I'm either getting the guy that's never been in a relationship and never been committed, which let me tell you, that's a red flag in itself. But there's also the newly divorced. I'm hitting that new age group where they're newly divorced, they're feeling like they're free again, and they just want to be a player. They don't want any commitment, anything else. And I'm just kind of over it. Like, I've been through the player stage when I was in my 20s. Well, I find my Prince Charming now. Are there any out there? Because I would really love to find him.
She's 35, back on dating apps, and asking what happened to men, like there was some catastrophic recall on good husbands. Nothing happened to men. The dating market just moved on, while she was still window shopping the bad boys. Now she's left sorting through the leftovers, guys who never committed, and guys who did commit but escaped, and are celebrating their freedom like they just got paroled. She says men who've never been in a relationship are red flags, but maybe those guys just dodged 15 years of chaos. Meanwhile, she's the one logging back in with mileage looking for a castle while holding coupons. It's not that good men don't exist. It's that the good men she overlooked are already married, building families, or busy not swiping right on someone who just remembered she's tired of games.
I've never once met a good man. My entire life, going on almost 32 years, okay? I've never met one genuinely good man. Every single man I have encountered has done something absolutely horrific and minimized it. Every single man that I've encountered is a liar, is a perv, and does not see women as humans. Every single man that I've ever encountered is so far up the patriarchy's booty butt. They genuinely think that it's okay for them to not grow past the mental age of 12. They genuinely think that having a job is all that they need to do. I have never met a good man. Not my father, I don't consider him a good man. My brothers, really not good men. My ex, baby daddy, not a good man. His dad, horrible man. His two brothers, one of them is halfway decent, but still don't consider him good. His sister's husband, really shitty. All of my male family members, horrible people. All of my past male colleagues, all of my male instructors, professors, all of them are fucking horrible. Horrible. There is no such thing as a good man. And if you think you're a good man, please explain why.
She's 32 and claims she's never met a good man. 0 for 32 years, not even one. At that point, it's not men, it's her radar. She's basically a human metal detector that goes off around aluminum foil but misses the gold. If every single man you meet turns out horrible, maybe the common denominator isn't chromosomes, it's the settings on your scanner. The way she lists them off, dad, brother, baby daddy, co-workers, professors, it sounds less like real life and more like the cast list of a crime documentary. If she ever did meet a genuinely good man, she wouldn't recognize him. She'd call him boring, shallow, or secretly evil just to keep her worldview alive. Because without all men are trash, she doesn't have content. So she keeps dumpster diving for the same type of guy, then acts shocked when it stinks. That's not patriarchy. That's recycling bad choices and calling it oppression.
One thing being a single mom taught me is that I will never date a guy who has kids of his own. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that. But if you're a single mom, like, you know exactly what I mean. If you know, you know.
Hot take, but it really is easier to end things with a guy who is like just a shitty guy, or you have a specific reason to be like, I can't be with you anymore. You know, you cheated on me, you were a narcissist, you were a bad guy, whatever. It is so much harder to break up with someone who just isn't, he's just not your person, but he's like such a good guy. Because you're like, I want you to stay a good guy. You know, don't turn into a bad one. You're just not my man. It's so much harder.
She says it's so hard to leave a good guy because she wants him to stay a good guy. What this really means is that she doesn't actually want to lose him. She wants to park him in the garage as a backup plan while she goes joyriding with emotionally unavailable bad boys. If he stays solid and loyal, then when she's done chasing tattoos, drama, and heartbreak, she can have the option of circling back. That's not romance, that's insurance fraud. She's not scared of hurting him now. She's scared of him upgrading into the very bad boy archetype she's running after. Because if he does, suddenly he has options. He's the one who's scarce, and she's the one who's replaceable. She doesn't want him to become that man because then she loses her safety net. So she dumps him politely, keeps him nice, and prays he waits on standby like a human savings bond. The good guy isn't her person, he's her pension plan. And once men hear this logic, they finally get it. Being the safe option doesn't mean you win, it just means you're the fallback when the roller coaster ride breaks down.